Have you ever reacted in a way that surprised you? Like you were suddenly a kid again? That's not random. That's your inner child speaking. And if you learnt to listen to that, it might just change your life. Inner child work is about connecting with these parts of ourselves that were created in early childhood. These parts that had various needs which weren't met. These parts which have fear. These parts which have longing. But they also have wonder and joy and playfulness. Inner child work isn't about blaming parents for what they did or didn't do, but rather coming in contact with these parts of ourselves and being what they've always needed us to be, giving them what they have always needed, which usually comes in the form of love, care, and attention. In our adult lives, the things that were born back then play out. So, people pleasing, the constant drive of wanting to achieve something, anxiety, depression. All of these things are systems that were built back then that are now dysregulated and are now dysfunctional and are creating turmoil in our lives right now. And we need to learn to turn towards these parts and show them exactly that love that they've always needed. The shift that comes from doing this work is subtle, but real. It affects someone on a very deep level. There is a huge shift that happens under the surface. And I've seen people move from deep self-hatred towards a place of genuine acceptance of who they are and a love for who they are. And that takes time. That's a process. It doesn't happen all at once. But it's a beautiful thing to see somebody move through that and start really being the parent that they've always needed. And really giving space to those needs. Because that child is still alive inside of us. It's still speaking out when we have anxiety, when we feel overwhelmed, when we feel sad, when we feel insecure. It's coming out continuously. And our usual reaction is to try and turn away from it because that's what we've always done. We've always bitten our lip and tried to stand our ground and shut ourselves down, or done whatever has been needed in order to protect ourselves in those moments. And that's what's got us here. But it's not going to allow you to get to where you want to go ultimately, to a place of true emotional freedom, where you can come in contact with all of these parts and allow them to help navigate you through. When you're feeling so much stress and tension because you are trying to hold so much control over what it is you're doing, when the real answer in that situation is to begin to play. So it's about understanding what these parts of us need and then giving them what they need. And the thing with this relationship between us and our inner child is that it's a synergy. It's a two-way thing. So as we give that child more love, attention, and just a complete lack of judgment, they give us this sense of freedom, of wonder, of joy, of play, and excitement about life. Because life isn't supposed to be so serious. We need to have that aspect of play. I believe that this is amongst the most important things we can do in our lives, to do this work, because I believe that this leads towards emotional freedom. And I believe emotional freedom to be the most important of all freedoms, because I believe it then leads towards the other freedoms. So I encourage you to start listening. Start listening to that child within you and work out what it needs. Because that's what you need. You are the child, and the child is you. Both of these parts are alive in you right now. So it's about creating a bridge. If this resonates with you and you want somebody to facilitate you through this journey, then that's what I do. And it would be an honor to serve you on this journey. But I encourage you just to begin to listen to what that inner child is trying to tell you. I hope that you're doing well. I'm sending you loads of love. And I'll see you next time. Take care.